At Rum River BMX, we believe it's about competition. It's about family. It's about having fun. It's about giving everyone a shot, picking each other up and cheering them on. It's about the technique. It's about the speed. It's about being 1/10 of a second faster.
Registration is closed. Registration's closed. Again, intermediates only on today's parade lap. Parade lap coming up next. All right, we got our flag carrier set to go. So you please can rise, face the flag down at South End Arena, proudly flying over all the events here at Rum River BMX. Here's today's parade lap and your national anthem. Just a couple more intermediates coming through. Then we'll open things up for balance bike warm-up. Motos are posted. You can check out your motos online. Go to rumriverbmx.com. Click on the live moto link. Any corrections, bring them up to registration. Balance bike, you can head on out, head down around the gate on the far end. Balance bike warm-ups going on now. Just a quick reminder again this weekend, stop number 2 and 3 on the Minnesota State Series. Balance bike racing part of the State Series as well, so make sure to bring your little tykes on their push bikes down to state qualifying action. Got cool big awards at all the state qualifiers, so make sure to check them out. Just another minute of balance bike warm-ups, then we'll get going with balance bike racing today. It is a little bit lighter of a day, so make sure you're set to go in staging. Like to keep the program moving since the kids are still in school. I need all track officials to the track, please, so we can get things going for balance bike racing. All track officials out to the track for balance bike racing. All right, getting things set to go for balance bike racing. Got 3 motos of balance bikes today. Moto number 1 getting locked and loaded. 5-year-old balance bikes, Ike, Omley, and Colvard. If I butcher your name, let me know so I can try to get it right. Rack number 1 set to go. Total Point Racing here tonight at Rum River BMX. Good night having the doors open. Get some breeze rolling. Gate comes down, moto number 1 on the first Thursday of racing for the summer. We got 3 riders out on the track. Ike, Umley, Colvard battling their way around corner number 3. They're all stretched out single file, working their way down that final stretch. Out front, looks like we got the 773 bike. That's Remington Ike leading the way, coming across the table. He's going to get 1 point this round. The 731 bike of Callum Colvard going to grab the 2 spot, followed by the 730 of Lakeland Emily with the 3. 3-year-old balance bikes getting set to go. Got 4 riders in the mix today. Doyle, Southbloom, Plumley, and Donahue. Gate comes down on round number 1 of the 3-year-old balance bikes. Doyle, Southbloom, Plumley, and Donahue all working the way down around corner number 3. Looks like only 3 of them making it out on the track. Coming down the last straight out front, looks like the 107. That's Liam Donahue. He's going to grab the top spot this round. The 776 of South Bloom going to grab the 2, followed by the 241 bike of Doyle on that 3. Two-year-old balance bikes getting locked and loaded. Should have 3 of them out there. See if they can all get going. It is Colvard, Miska, South Bloom. 2 years old, never know what you're going to get. I know when I was 2 years old, I wasn't out here on a big track. There's the late bloomer making her way out of the gate. Got one having a little trouble getting up the obstacles, though, so it's the 256 bike. That's Bennett South Bloom out front. Making his way across the table, going to grab that first spot. Got the 729 of Aspen Miska, 2 years old from Forest Lake, Minnesota. A little scared of the gate, but got going and a charge hard to the line. Going to grab the 2 spot this round. And Chloe Colvard coming through. Here comes Chloe working her way down the final stretch. In warm-up, she had a little trouble coming up and over the table. You got it. Chloe comes down with a little help. She'll get the 3 this round. 5-year-old balance bikes working their way down the final straight. This is Ike, Emily, and Colvard. Out front, the 773 of Ike going to grab the top spot again this round. The 731 bike of Colvard on that 2, followed by the 730 on the 3. Same order as round 1. Three-year-old balance bike out on the track. Looks like we got 3 riders answering the call again. Doyle, South Bloom, and Donahue. All 3 riders working their way around corner number 3. Single file making their way down the final stretch. It is the 107 bike, Liam Donahue from Stacy, Minnesota. Charging hard, working his way across the table. He's going to grab the top spot around number 2, the 776. Of Leo Southbloom going to grab the 2 spot, followed by the 241 of Sailor Doyle grabbing the 3. 2-year-olds getting set to go. Colvard, Miska, Southbloom. Gate comes down, 1 rider out like a bullet, 1 rider joining in. Two riders working their way around the track. Looks like one of them not answering the call for this round. Out front, got the 256 bike, doing it for mom and dad, out on point. Big old grin on his face, working his way up and over the table. Going to be Bennett Southbloom. Going to grab that top spot. 729 bike of Miska not gonna answer the call. Says, Dad, I need a nap. Chloe Colvert having a little trouble getting up and over the double. 2 years old out here on the big track. She's got her own way figured out to handle this obstacle. There she goes. She's going to grab the 2 spot this round. Balance bike main events on their way. Coming down around corner number 3. 5-year-old balance bikes Ike, Umley, and Culvert. All single file working her way down the final stretch. It's a 7.73 of Ike out on point, leading the way. Going to finish up with a perfect night, picking up the win today. The 7.31 bike of Culvert going to grab the overall 2, followed by the 7.30 on the 3 spot. Three-year-old balance bike out on the track, working their way down into corner number 3. Doyle, Southbloom, and Donahue. Oh no, the carnage. 2 riders getting tangled up, one popping right back up. That's Southbloom getting back underway. Rubbin is racing. They're sorting things out in the corner. Out front, though, it's the 107. Liam Donahue going to finish up with a perfect day, picking up the win today. Both down riders back up. Got the 7.76 of Southbloom on that front side, working his way up and over the table. He's going to get the overall 2 spot today, followed by the 241 bike. Not happy about it. She went for the move, couldn't quite get there. She'll get the overall 3 for the day. 2-year-old balance bikes on the way. It is Culvert, Miska, Southbloom. Looks like Miska didn't answer the call in round 2, but she wants to give it a go for round number 3. As they're running down the final stretch, it's Southbloom out front, leading the way, coming down the line. Big old grin on his face. He's going to grab the top spot for the 2-year-old balance bikes today. We're going to get a race out of these two as they're coming into this with 5 and 6 points. Coming on down the final stretch, it is the 729 bike out front, Miska. Now, she didn't touch the gate in round number 2, so she gets an extra point. So she's going to cross second, but get the overall 3 today. Chloe Colvert coming on down, stopping for a photo op on the double. She's going to pick up the overall 2, despite getting the 3 spot this round. One more chance down the final table. She's like, I know right away I'm hopping off. I'm going to walk it down. Future of our sport out here on the track. Coming across the line. She's going to cross third, picking up the overall 2 for the day. That's going to do it for our balance bike racing. Listen up for your riders meeting. Thursday night racing set to go in the house at BMX built. We got 7-8 mix open, locked and loaded, kicking off 29 motos on the big track. Elvin Kilberg, Cordell Braham, Acapina, Kilberg, Cordell, and Robertson. Gate comes down, working their way down the front side into corner number 1. Looks like FXR colors on the sparkly gold shoes, leading the way around corner number 1. Got to be Kilberg out front, leading the way, coming on down the second straight. This is a full rack total point racing, so how they run every round is how they're going to finish for the day. Got No Nobu Elvin on that 2 spot, followed up by the Fireball Braham on the 3. Working their way down the front side, or down the last straight into the final straight. Kilberg going to grab the 1, the 243 bike of Elvin. Going to grab the 2, Fireball Braham with the 3. 9-10 mix open out on the track. Good battle out front. Got to be Sandman leading the way down into corner number 3. Got Shooty, Hansen, Barron, Braham, and Ray all chasing her down as they work their way down the final stretch. It's going to be Crazy Legs out front, picking up the top spot. Barron going to grab the 2, followed by the 47 bike of Ray on the 3. 11-12 Expert Open, Stopka, Anderson, Toledo, and Brotzel. Crank Lab colors out front. Got to be Anderson leading the way around corner number 2. The 18 ride of Stopka sitting on that 2 spot. Brotzel on the 3. Jumping his way down into corner number 3, the Roadrunner leading the way down the final stretch as they work their way down the line. Anderson going to hold on for the 1 spot. Slingshot Stopka with the 2, Brotzel with the 3. 9-10 Girl Cruiser out on the track. This is Schroyer, Farley, and Brotzel. Brotzel on point, leading the way down into corner number 3. Got Schroyer for Prodigy sitting on that 2 spot, followed by Marika Farley on the 3. Working their way down the line, Fusion colors of Brotzel going to grab the top spot. Schroyer with the 2, Farley with the 3. 17-20 Women Cruiser out on the track. Got Farley, Lee, Myers, and Schweigert. Up front, it is Smiles, Melanie Myers. Coming on down the final straight, going to grab the top spot. Farley going to hold on for the 2 spot. Schweigert with the 3. 9-year-old Cruisers got 7 riders in the mix today. Peterson, Ray, Engberg, Vanderhayden, Bauman, Sandman, Lakeberg. Up front, it is the Neg 5 leading the way round corner number 2. That's the Wild Man Vanderhayden. Got Peterson hot on his heels, working their way down around corner number 3. Crazy Legs right back at it, sitting on that 3 spot. Vanderhayden going to grab the 1, Peterson with the 2. Sandman not even getting a breath, going to grab the 3. Moto 10 on the track. This is 12-year-old Cruiser Hansen, Schroyer, Byington coming around corner number 2. I believe that's Byington out front, going incognito today, wearing all black, working his way down the final stretch. It's going to be Byington grabbing that top spot around number 1. The 29 of Schroyer going to grab the 2. Hansen with the 3. 17-20 Cruiser on the track. Got Robinson, Locken, and Fields, Luell, and Blisey. It is Robinson leading the way, coming down the final stretch. He's going to grab the top spot. Lockenen going to grab the 2, followed by the 20 bike of Luell with the 3. 5 and under novice on the track, and never know how many are going to show up each day. Only 3 riders just barely making a class today. You got Engbert, Peterson, Welch working their way down the second straight. It's Bandit colors out front of Peterson leading the way into corner number 2. Excuse me, that's Engbert out front. Got Bandit colors 1 and 2. Engbert sitting on the top spot. Peterson on the 2. Got Jack Welch for North Star BMX sitting on the 3 as they work their way down the final stretch. Charlotte Engbert leading the way, coming on home. Getting tight at the line. I got to go to the line for the 1 and 2. It's going to be the 208 of Welch picking up the 3. We'll come back to that 1 and 2 in just a minute. 7-year-old novice on the track. Got Bauman, McGowan, Moss, and Tucker working their way down into corner number 3. It's Enzo Moss out front. Oh, going high in the corner, dropping back to that 2 spot as they work their way side by side down the final stretch. It's going to be Enzo picking up the 1. Got the 296 of Bauman with the 2. The 254 of McGowan with the 3. It is the 24 bike at Engberg grabbing the 1 there. Peterson with the 2. Back in 5-year-old novice. 8 novice on the track got Hinges, Acapina, Shooty, and Tucker. Working their way down the final stretch. Out front, leading the way is the 478 bike. That's Shooty. Got the 61 on the 2. That's Hinges picking up the 2 spot. Acapina with the 3. 10-year-old novice on the track got Crone, Nixon, and Shooty. 3 riders running single file down into the full tilt turn. It is the man in black out front leading the way, bringing it home. That's the 691 by Crone. He's going to get 1 point this round, followed by the 134 of Nixon with the 2. Shooty going to grab the 3. 16 is our moto on track. Got 12-year-old novice, Moss, and Barron. I'm going to go process elimination here and guess it's Barron out front. Moss sitting on those 2 and 3 spots. Prodigy Colors bringing it to the line. Barron going to get the 1, the 397 of Xander Moss going to get the 2. Zeke Moss with the 3. 36, 40-year-old novice on the track. Engberg, Zammer, Austin, and Lee. Engbird with a nice corner out of corner number 2, taking over that top spot, leading the way into corner number 3. Got Austin hot on her heels, sitting on that 2 spot. Zammer trying to check up a spot as they work their way down the final stretch. Going to be Engberg grabbing the 1 this round, the 456 of Austin with the 2, and the 343 of Zammer with the 3. 6-year-old intermediate on the track got Cordell, Kelberg, and Schmidt. It's the 81 bike out front. Harrison Cordell leading the way from Cambridge, Minnesota. Got Kelberg sitting on the 2 spot. Schmidt on the 3. As they round their way down around corner number 3, Cordell trying to hold on to that top spot as they bring it on home. Cordell going to get 1 point this round. Kelberg with the 2. Schmidt with the 3. Can I get Ivan Acapina to the finish line with a parent, please? Ivan Acapina to the finish line with a parent. 8 intermediate coming down the final stretch. We got Orrin out front, going to grab the top spot. The Gold Cup 3 of Cordell grabbing the 2. And the Firebrawl Braheim picking up the 3. 10-year-old intermediate on the track got Braheim, Blasey, Ray, and Hansen. It's the 151. That's Jackson Hansen out front, leading the way round corner number 2. Got the Smoke Blasey sitting on the 2 spot, followed by Braheim on the 3. Single file working their way down the final stretch. It is Hansen going to grab 1 point this round. The state 10 of Blasey with the 2. And Braheim with the 3. 7-year-old expert girls on the tracks, Mings, Farley, and Lakeberg. It is Penny Lakeberg on point, leading the way down the 3rd straight. Got Marika Farley on that 2 spot. Casey Ray sitting on the 3. Always fun watching these girls battle it out as they race each other day in and day out. Prodigy Colors bringing it to the line. Going to be Lakeberg with the 1. Marika Farley with the 2. Mings with the 3. 13-year-old expert girls on the track got McCulley, Vanderhayden, Schweigert, and Garski. Out front, it is Little Red leading the way, coming down the final stretch. She's going to grab the top spot. Schweigert going to grab the 2. Garski with the 3. 17 to 20, expert women got Farley, Myers, and Colby. It is Myers out front, leading the way down the 3rd straight. Got Colby on that 2 spot. Farley on the 3. Coming on down the final stretch, Gold Cup 2. Myers going to grab the 1. Colby with the 2. And Factory Carbone, Farley going to grab the 3. 8-year-old experts on the track got Ray, Toledo, Stopka. It is Stopka out front, leading the way down into corner number 3. Got Mr. Ray sitting on that 2 spot. Toledo on the 3. As they bring it on home, Stopka going to hold on to that top spot. Ray with the 2. Toledo with the 3. Second round, start making your way back to staging. Not much of a breather tonight. We're on Moto 24 of 29. This is 9-year-old experts. Got Farley, Peterson, Sandman, Engbert, Vanderhayden, Bauman. Coming to the line, going to be the Neg 18, the 20, and the National 59. That is the Wildman Vanderhayden picking up the 1. Peterson with the 2. Sandman with the 3. 11-year-old experts on the track out Anderson, Beta, and Byington. Albers working their way down into corner number 3. It is Byington leading the way. Anderson trying to find a spot to shop on up as they get tight coming to the line. Byington going to hold on to the 1. Anderson with the 2. And we got the 70 bike of Albers with the 3. 13-year-old experts on the track got Wells, Shellbach, Schroyer, Hertz. Level Up colors sitting 1 and 2 as they work their way down into corner number 3. Out front, it's the State 5 bike bringing it home. Wells going to grab the 1 this round. The 39 of Shellbach with the 2. And the FXR ride of Hertz with the 3. 28 is the moto. Again, 29 motos today. Second round. Make your way back to staging. This is 14-year-old experts on the track. Llewell, Lockinen, Bowman bringing it down the final stretch. Lockinen screwing around a little bit, giving up the spot. Bowman going to get the 1. Lockinen with the 2. Llewell with the 3. 17 to 20, experts on the track got Bratzel, Robinson, Welch, Blummer. It's the Beast Blummer leading the way around corner number 3. He's out front bringing it home. He's going to grab a 1 point this round. Robinson going to settle for the 2. Bratzel with the 3. Round number 1 is in the books. Again, second round. Make your way back to staging. Second round in just a minute. Once again, second round riders fill up those chutes. It is a school night. My goal is always 8 o'clock on school nights to get out of here. Round number 2 set to go up on the hill. 7 to 8 mixed open, locked and loaded. Got Elvin, Kelberg, Cordell, Breheim, Acapina, Kelberg, Cordell, and Robertson. Looks like we got some sibling rivalry going on here. Got Cordell and Kelberg, all family members battling it out. Working their way down around corner number 1. Looks like a good battle out front. Working their way up to the front side. It is the Gold Cup 3. That's Cordell on point, leading the way around corner number 2. Got the 243 of Elvin sitting on the 2 spot. Fireball Breheim on the 3. Kelberg led the first round. She's back on the 4. As they come on down the final stretch, it's all Cordell out front. Cambridge, Minnesota's own, going to grab a 1 point this round. The 243 of Elvin going to grab the 2 spot, followed by the 32 of the Fireball Breheim with the 3. 9-10 mix open on the track. Got Chudy, Hansen, Barron, Breheim, Ray, and Sandman. Sandman leading the way down around corner number 3. Got Ray sitting on that 2 spot. Bringing it down the final stretch. Sandman going to grab a 1 point this round. The 47 ride of Ray going to grab the 2. And that's the 151 of Hansen picking up the 3. 11-12 open on the track. Stopka, Anderson, Toledo, and Bratzel. Stopka on point, leading the way into corner number 3. Got Anderson on that 2 spot. Working their way down the final stretch. Made it close at the line last round. See what they do this round. Stopka is going to hold on for the 1. Anderson with the 2. Bratzel with the 3. Moto number 7 on the track. 9-10 Girl Cruiser. We got Bratzel out front, leading the way around corner number 2. Schroyer sitting on that 2 spot. Farley on the 3. Fusion Colors leading the way around corner number 3. Bratzel bringing it home. She's going to grab a 1 point again this round. The train wreck Schroyer going to grab the 2. Farley with the 3. 17-20 women cruiser on the track. Farley, Lee, Myers, and Schweigert. Myers out front leading the way through corner number 3. Got Farley on that 2 spot. Schweigert on the 3. Bringing it home. Gold Cup 1. Myers going to hold on for the 1. National number 99 ride of Kim Possible Farley with the 2. Schweigert with the 3. 9-year-old cruisers on the track. Got Peterson, Ray, Engbert, Vanderheen, Bauman, Sandman, and Lakeberg. Sandman rubbing elbows, winning that line. Coming down around corner number 3 out front. It's the Neg 5 ride. Vanderheen going to grab the 1. Bandit Colors. Peterson with the 2. Sandman with the 3. Rubbing elbows down to the line. 455. Ballman didn't stand a chance with Crazy Legs. 7. There isn't a 7 on my page. 12-year-old cruisers coming down the final stretch. Out front, it's the 33 ride. Byington going to grab a 1 point this round. The 29 of Schroyer with the 2. Hansen picking up the 3. 17-20 cruiser on the track. Robinson locking it. Fields, Llewell, Blisey locking it, taking over the corner, leading the way around corner number 3. Robinson back to the 2 spot as they bring it on home. Locking in, going to grab the 1 this round. Robinson's like, all right, I'll give you that round. You can have the 2. And we got the 20 by Llewell picking up the 3. 5 and under novice on the track. Got the BMX Bandit duo out front. Engbert Peterson battled it to the line in round number 1, working their way down into corner number 2 this time. It's Peterson leading the way this round. Engbert on that 2 spot. Got the 208 bike of Jack Welch on the 3 as they work their way single file down around corner number 3. It's all Peterson out front bringing it home. Peterson going to grab the 1 this round. Engberg going to grab the 2 spot. Welch with the 3. 7-year-old novice on the track. Bauman, McGowan, Moss, and Tucker. It's the 313 out front. That's Moss leading the way. Coming on down into corner number 3. Got Bauman, the Queen, Carla sitting on that 2 spot. Coming on down the final stretch. Moss leading the way, bringing it home. He's going to grab 1 point this round. The 296 of Bauman going to grab the 2, followed by the 254 McGowan with the 3. 8-year-old novice on the track, Hinges, Acapina, Shooty, and Tucker. Bent rim colors leading the way. That is Hinges out front, leading the way around corner number 3. As they bring it down the final stretch, Hinges going to grab the 1 this round. Battle on for that 2 as they bring it to the line. Gonna be going to review that one at the line for the last 2 riders. Down rider pick back up. Ten-year-old novice out on the track, got Crone, Nixon, and Shooty. Leading the way, coming on down into corner number 2. It's the 691. That's Crone out front. Got the 134 of Nixon on that 2 spot. Bryce Shooty on the 3. Rolling their way single file down the final stretch. It's Cruz Crone out front, leading the way. He's going to get 1 point this round. The 134 of Jonathan Fast Nixon going to get the 2. Shooty with the 3. 12 novice on the track, Moss, and Barron. It's Gabe Barron out front. Prodigy colors leading the way into corner number 3. The Moss duo doing it for You Betcha Realty out there. Sitting on that 2 and 3. Barron going to get the 1 this round. The 397 of Xander Moss with the 2. Zeke Moss picking up the 3. 36, 40-year-old novice on the track, moto number 17, round and corner number 2, Engbert, Zammer, Austin, and Lee. Out front, it's Bandit colors leading the way. Engbert bringing it down the final stretch. She's going to grab a 1 point again this round. The 456 of Austin going to get the 2. Zammer with the 3. 6-year-old intermediate working their way around corner number 1, Cordell, Kelberg, and Schmidt. Up front, it's Crank Lab colors leading the way. Got Cordell on point, the 31 rider. Schmidt on the 2 spot. Kelberg on the 3. Heading down around corner number 3. Crank Lab colors still leading the way, bringing it home. Cordell going to hold on for the 1 this round. The 31 ride of Schmidt with the 2, Kelberg with the 3. Back in moto number 14, close at the line, it was the 496 Acapina with the 2, and the 478 of Shooty picking up the 3. Coming on down the final stretch, that's Orn picking up the top spot this round. The Gold Cup 3, Cordell with the 2, and the 32 bike of Brayheim picking up the 3. 10-year-old intermediate on the track, Brayheim, Blisey, Ray, and Hansen. Level Up colors leading the way down into corner number 3. Got to be Ray out on point. Good battle on for that 2 and 3 as they sort things out down the final stretch. The 47 of Annalise Ray going to pick up the 1. 151 throwing some style, picking up the 2. The 10 of Blisey with the 3. 7-year-old expert girls on the track got Mings, Farley, Lakeberg. It's Lakeberg out front, pedaling all the way around the corner, leading the way down the 3rd straight. In fact, I don't think she's stopped pedaling since I picked up the racing action. As they come on down the final stretch, Lakeberg leading the way, bringing it home. She's going to grab a 1 point this round. Marika Farley going to hold on for the 2. Mings with the 3. 13-year-old expert girls on the track, McCulley, Vanderheen, Schweigert, Garski. Coming down around corner number 3. It is McCulley out front, bringing it home. McCulley going to grab the 1 this round. Vanderheyden with the 2, Garski with the 3. 17 to 20 women on the track. Farley, Myers, Colby. Myers out on point, leading the way around corner number 3. Myers leading the way, coming on home. She's going to grab 1 point this round. The Hoff, Colby with the 2, Farley with the 3. 8-year-old experts on the track, Ray, Toledo, and Stopka. It is Slingshot Stopka out front, leading the way around corner number 2. Got the 62 ride of Mr. Ray sitting on that 2 spot. Toledo on the 3. Single file working their way down the final stretch. It's all Stopka out front, bringing it home. Stopka is going to get 1 point this round. Ray with the 2. Toledo with the 3. 9-year-old experts on the track out Farley, Peterson, Sandman, Engbert, Vanderheyden, and Bauman. Up front, leading the way round corner number 3 is the Neg 18 ride of Vanderheyden, bringing it home. Vanderheyden going to get 1 point this round. The 20 ride of Peterson throwing some style, grabbing the 2. The 66 of Bauman with the 3. 11-year-old experts on the track at Moto number 26, Anderson, Baden, Byington, Albers. It's all Byington out front, leading the way down the 3rd straight. You got Anderson hot on his heels, wanting his lunch money as the rest of the Crank Lab crew chases him down, coming on down the final stretch. Anderson surging on by now, coming to the line. Anderson going to hold on for the 1. Byington with the 2. And the 70 ride of Albers with the 3. 13-year-old experts out on the track. Wells, Shellbach, Schroyer, and Hertz. FXR colors on point, leading the way round corner number 3. That is Mr. Hertz coming on down the final stretch. Hertz going to grab the top spot of round number 2. Got Shellbach on the 2 spot. Wells on the 3. 14-year-old experts on the track. Llewell, Locken, and Bowman. Single file rolling their way into corner number 3. It is Lockenen out front, bringing it on home. Lockenen going to grab 1 point this round. I think that was the outside. Llewell picking up the 2. Going to do a quick review of that one. 17 to 20 experts on the track. Brotzel, Robinson, Welch, Blummer coming around corner number 3. It's the Beast Blummer leading the way, bringing it home. He's going to grab 1 point this round. Robinson going to grab the 2. Welch, Brotzel bringing it home. Brotzel going to grab the 3. Welch with the 4. Round number 2 in the books. We got a brief intermission. Let the riders catch their breath and a couple giveaways to do. We'll be back in just a minute. Back in moto number 28, it was close at the line. It was the 92 ride of Llewell grabbing the 2 and the 7 bike of Bowman with the 3. Got a couple giveaways to do. If I call your name, come on down to the finish line. Got an ice cream treat for Xander Moss. Xander Moss, come on down. Got a candy bar for Wesley Tucker. And got a refreshment for Dario Toledo. Come on down. Still looking for Toledo and Tucker. Got a giveaway for both of you. Dario Toledo and Wesley Tucker. Come on down to the finish line. I see a lot of tired faces out in the crowd. A lot of riders doing multiple bikes. Reminder, on these lighter nights, it's a lot of laps in a short amount of time. Good training for the Minnesota State Series. State racing coming up again this weekend. Got New Ulm on Saturday, Mankato on Sunday. Stop number 2 and 3 in the Minnesota State Series. It's your best 5 scores plus how you do at finals for state racing. So if you haven't thought of doing the state races, it's not too late to hop in and give it a try. Main event starts staging up, please. Main event starts staging up. It's a school night. We'll try to get you guys out of here. Main event, stage it up. Time for main events on a Thursday night, 7-8 mixed open, locked and loaded. Elvin, Kilberg, Cordell, Breheim, Acapina, Kilberg, Cordell, and Robertson working their way down into corner number one. Looks like Crank Lab Colors taking over that top spot again. That's Ella Cordell leading the way down into corner number two. Got Kilberg sitting on that two spot as they roll their way down around corner number two. Fireball Breheim sitting on the three as they work their way down the final stretch into corner number three. It is Ella Cordell leading the way. She's going to cross first, picking up the overall one. Kilberg going to cross second with the overall two. Fireball Breheim crossing third with the overall three. 9-10 mixed open out on the track. It's Crazy Legs leading the way down into corner number three. She's got two perfect laps so far, looking to do it one more time as they work their way down the final stretch. Sandman going to cross first, picking up the overall one. Barron going to cross second. The 47 Array crossing third. 11-12 open on the track. Stopka, Anderson, Toledo, and Bratzel. Anderson, Stopka knotted up with 3 points apiece. Got Bratzel leading the way, bringing it home, though. Now Anderson takes over that top spot. He's going to get the overall one. Stopka going to get the overall two. Bratzel picking up the overall three. 9-10 Girl Cruiser out on the track. This is a 2-4-6 total point race. Bratzel sitting on two perfect laps, looking to do it one more time. The train wreck Schroyer sitting with 4 points, and Farley with 6 as they bring it down the final stretch. Same order as rounds 1 and 2. Bratzel going to pick up the overall win today. Schroyer going to get the overall 2. Farley with the 3. 17-20 women cruiser on the track. Farley, Lee, Myers, Schweigert out front. Myers leading the way. About to graduate high school next week, so this is probably her last lap as a senior. She's going to cross second, picking up the overall 1. Farley going to cross first with the overall 2. Schweigert picking up the overall 3. 9-year-old cruisers out on the track. Peterson, Ray, Engbert, Vanderhayden, Bauman, Sandman, and Lakeberg. It is the Wild Man out front, leading the way around corner number 2. Got Peterson sitting on that 2 spot. Bauman on the 3. As they round their way down the final stretch, Vanderhayden going to cross first, picking up the overall 1. The 416 of Peterson going to pick up the overall 2. Bauman crossing third. 12-year-old cruiser out on the track. Another 2-4-6 total point race. The 33 of the Convict Byington leading the way down the third straight. Got Schroyer sitting on that 2 spot. Hansen on the 3. It's a wash, rinse, repeat of rounds 1 and 2. Byington leading the way, coming on home. Schroyer crossing first, going to get the overall 2. Byington crossing second with the overall 1. Hansen with the 3. 17-20 cruiser on the track. Robinson, Locken, and Fields, Llewell, Blisey, Robinson, Llewell, Robinson, and Locken, and knotted up with 3 points apiece. Robinson also graduating next week, going to pick up the 1 spot. Locken in with the 2. Llewell going to pick up the overall 3. 5 and under novice out on the track. Engbert, Peterson, Welch. This is a 3-3-6 total point race. Bandit teammates knotted up with 3 points apiece. How they cross this round is how they'll finish on the day. It's the 24 bike out front. That's Engbert leading the way around corner number 2. Got the 26 ride of Peterson sitting on that 2 spot, followed by the 208 of Welch on the 3. Coming on down the final stretch, going to be the 24 ride bringing it home. That's Engbert picking up the overall win. Peterson going to get the overall 2. Welch going to pick up the overall 3. 7 novice losing 1 in corner number 1. Picked right back up. It's a 313 of Moss out on point. Got the 254 McGowan on the 2 spot. 288 of Tucker on the 3. 296 right of Bowman going down. Picking right back up as they work their way down the final stretch. Gonna be Moss crossing first, picking up the overall 1. The 254 McGowan gonna cross second. And the 288 ride of Tucker crossing third. 8-year-old novice out on the track. Henges, Acapina, Schutte, and Tucker. Points are all over the board on this one as they work their way around corner number 2. It's the 478 of Schutte out on point. Got Henges on that 2 spot. Coming on down the final stretch. Working their way down the final straight. It is the 478 bike out front. Schutte going to cross first, picking up the overall 1. The 61 of Henges going to get the overall 2. The 496 ride of Acapina going to pick up the overall 3. Half price on hot food while it lasts. Half price on hot food. Help us keep our concession prices low. Buy up that good stuff before it runs out. Half price hot food. Crone, Nixon, Schutte bringing it home. It's going to be the 134 ride of Nixon going to cross first, get the overall 2. Crone going to cross second with the overall 1. Schutte picking up the overall 3. 12-year-old novice on the track got Moss, and Barron. Barron looking to wrap up a perfect day as he works his way down the final stretch. He's going to pick up the overall win today. The 397 of Xander Moss going to grab the 2. Zeke Moss picking up the 3. 36, 40-year-old novice Engbert, Zammer, Austin, and Lee. It's Engbert out front leading the way around corner number 2. Got the 456 of Austin on the 2 spot. Zammer on the 3. I think Chelsea said something every time she's come by this corner. Engbert going to pick up the overall win today. Austin going to grab the overall 2. Zammer with the overall 3. 6-year-old intermediate on the track. This one's a 2.55 total point race. Up on point, leading the way, coming into corner number 2. It's the 81 bike of Cordell. Got the 31 ride of Schmidt on the 2 spot. Kelberg on the 3. Schmidt and Kelberg knotted up with 5 points apiece. What you see here is what you're going to get as Cordell leads the way all 3 rounds, bringing it on home. Coming to the line, going to be Cordell picking up the win today. The 31 of Schmidt grabbing the overall 2. Kelberg with the overall 3. Carnage in the first straight on moto number 19. Down rider getting picked back up. It's 8-year-old intermediates on the track. Orrin, Robertson, Schroyer, Breheim, Kelberg, Cordell, and Elvin. Bringing it home, going to be Orrin picking up the overall 1 today. The Gold Cup 3 Cordell going to pick up the overall 2. And the State 6 bike at Kelberg crossing third this round. But you'll have to go to the cage to figure out the overall 3. Down rider back up. Ten-year-old intermediate on the track. Breheim, Blasey, Ray, and Hansen. Another one that points are all over the board. Out front, leading the way, coming down into corner number 2. It's the 47 of Ray out front. Got the 151 of Hansen on that 2 spot. Blasey on the 3. Down into corner number 3 they go. It's going to be the 47 of Ray crossing first, picking up the overall 2. The 151 of Hansen crossing second with the overall 1. Blasey with the overall 3. Another down rider in corner number 1, getting that down rider checked out. It's the Neg 11 ride of Mings leading the way around corner number 2. Got Farley sitting on that 2 spot. Lakeberg popping back up. Coming on down the final stretch. It's going to go like this. Mings is going to cross first, still picking up the overall 3. Farley crossing second, picking up the overall 2. Lakeberg still getting checked out in the corner. She's going to get the overall 1 with how the points shook out. Lakeberg back on the bike. Not the way she wanted to end her day. I guarantee she's racing this weekend. Hopefully she's all right. Thirteen-year-old expert girls on the track, McCauley, Vanderheen, Schweiger, and Garski. It's Little Red out front, leading the way down the second straight. She's looking to wrap up a perfect day. Schweigert sitting on the 2 spot. Garski on the 3. Down into corner number 3 they go. Little Red leading the way, bringing it home. She's going to pick up the overall 1 today. The 58 rider Schweigert going to get the overall 2. Garski going to pick up the overall 3. 17 to 20 women on the track. Farley, Myers, Colby. Myers up front, leading the way around corner number 2. Got Colby on that 2 spot. Farley on the 3. It's a wash, rinse, repeat of rounds 1 and 2 as they bring it down the final stretch. Myers leading the way, coming on home. She's going to pick up the 1 spot this round. Oh, your last Thursday. Myers with the 1, Colby with the 2, Farley with the 3. 8-year-old experts on the track, another 2-4-6 total point race. Stopka on fire today, leading the way around corner number 3. He's out front, bringing it home, going to grab up the overall win today. The 62 rider, Ray, going to get the overall 2, and the 686 of Toledo with the 3. 9-year-old experts on the track, Farley, Peterson, Sandman, Engbert, Vanderheen, Bauman. It is Wildman out front, Peterson on the 2 spot. The 66 rider, Bauman on the 3. Rounding down around corner number 3, Vanderheen going to pick up the overall win today. The 20 ride of Peterson throwing some style, picking up the overall 2. Bauman going to pick up the overall 3. 11-year-old experts on the track, Anderson, Baden, Byington, Albers. This is a 3-3-6-8 total point race. Byington, Anderson knotted up 3 points apiece. Byington leading the way into corner number 3. Anderson trying to see what he can do with it as those two battle it out coming down the final stretch. Byington going to hold on for the 1. Anderson with the 2. Albers with the 3. 13-year-old experts on the track. Wells, Shellbach, Schroyer, Hertz. Coming down around corner number 3. It is level up color sitting 1 and 2, bringing it home. Wells going to grab the 1 this round. 39 ride of Shellbach going to grab the 2 this round. Hertz on the 3. 14-year-old experts on the track. Luell, Locken, and Bowman. This is a 3-4-5 total point race. Level up colors leading the way down around corner number 3. It's going to be Bowman crossing first with the overall 1. Lockinen crossing second with the overall 2. Luell picking up the overall 3. 17 to 20-year-old experts on the track. Last rack of Thursday night racing. 16 minutes over my goal. It's Robinson out front, leading the way around corner number 3. He's sitting on 4 points. The Beast Blummer sitting on 2 points. Blummer going to pick up the overall 1. Robinson with the overall 2. Brotzel with the overall 3. That's going to do it for us for racing here tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed a Thursday night race. Reminder, next week, Monday night practice, Tuesday, Thursday racing action. Also this weekend, stop number 2 and 3 on the Minnesota State Series. New Ulm on Saturday, Mankato on Sunday. There is single point racing down at New Ulm tomorrow night as well. So do us a favor, look around the area. Any garbage laying around, help us out with picking it up. We greatly appreciate that. On behalf of all the volunteers here at Rum River BMX, drive safe. Have a good night.
At Rum River BMX, we believe it's about competition. It's about family. It's about having fun. It's about giving everyone a shot, picking each other up and cheering them on. It's about the technique. It's about the speed. It's about being 1/10 of a second faster.